What's up, wild, successful babes? So, it is no secret that female entrepreneurship is taking on the industry by storm, right? And I am so incredibly proud of that. So, I can't wait to share with you the 4 tips for the elite, wild, successful entrepreneur. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Val Nichols. If you are just joining me here today for the very first time, I want to say, hey girl, hey. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I am so excited to be jumping on here and sharing the things that I've learned over the past 2.5, almost 3 years in the online entrepreneurship world. And, full disclosure, I've been an entrepreneur of some sort since I was 11 years old. So these are things I have learned through all of the trials, all the triumphs, all the strategies, all the things. So I'm super pumped to be sharing this with you guys today. When you hop on, say hello. If you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay. And go ahead and ask any questions you may have, make comments. I will come back and give you a personal touch. I would just love to say hello and see who's watching so that I can get to know you and connect with you, your business, and your goals in your life and your business. So I want to share with you guys that, I've heard it said that by 2025, women, all my girls, all my ladies, girls, they run the world, girls, they run the world. So by 2025, women will hold 80%, 80% of the world's wealth. And that is huge because of the fact that, there are certain things that if you're a female entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you have a side hustle, if you're a multi-level marketer, if you have a business, a brick and mortar, whatever that is, there are certain things that you absolutely need to incorporate so that that woman, if she puts this into her strategy, into her business, she is going to get that wild success much quicker. And who doesn't want that, right? So I'm really excited to share with you every single thing I've learned through, building success in the corporate world, through being an entrepreneur, incorporating certain things into my life and my business, into my day-to-day strategy that got me to success a lot quicker than if I had not implemented these certain things. And, I've been in the entrepreneurial world online for about 2.5 years now. So I want to share the 4 steps that it takes to be an elite, wild, successful CEO of your life and your business. Number 1 is, this one might surprise you guys. Number 1 is step away from your business. That's right. Step away from your business from time to time. There was a time in my life when you might ask me, what are your hobbies? Val, what do you do for fun? And I would look at you with a blank stare like, I work. What do you mean? And, there's a lot of soul sisters out there that, really, they think about their business, they're doing their business, they're in their business, they're working on their business, they're working in their business all the time, right? And some of you might still be in your corporate job, so then you have your side hustle. And, really, this needs to be a business strategy to go out and get some hobbies, right? Get some real hobbies. Get something that you can incorporate into your life that brings you passion, that brings you joy, that helps you tap into your purpose so that you can show up in your business refreshed, renewed, having fun. For me, I love to step away from my business and travel and hike and do all these things that really light me up, because then what happens is I don't get in that cycle of burnout. And believe me, I have been there in my business several times. And the worst thing you can do as a CEO is get into burnout, because then you show up in a different energy, a different space. Your clients feel it, the people you work with feel it. And so really, honestly, the number 1 strategy we need to do is to rest, relax, and step away from our business. This can be, maybe some of you guys are like, yeah, Val, that's easy for you to say, but you don't have kids and homeschool and all the things. But honestly, every single woman who has any sort of success is going to have those times of rest, putting sleep as a primary tool. Maybe it's a 3-minute yoga, maybe it's a 3-minute meditation, whatever that is in your day that you can incorporate. Make sure that that is your top priority in your business. Like I said, this needs to be a business strategy because I don't know if you guys know who this is, but Ariana Huffington, she's like the Huffington Corporation, like Huffington Post. She actually talks about in one of her books, I don't remember which one, but in one of her books, she talks about waking up in a pool of her own blood. And that might seem a little extreme, an extreme example for you guys. But honestly, like she lays it out in her book. She talks about how she was raising 3 kids. She was building the Huffington empire. She was doing all of these things. And she got to a place of exhaustion in her business where she ended up being totally exhausted. She passed out in her office. She hit her head on the corner of her desk and then woke up in a pool of her blood. And, in that moment, what she realized is that she had been working so hard on hustle and the grind and all the things that our culture really looks at and admires, that she had gotten to a space of burnout and had just completely crashed. So, the number one strategy that you need to incorporate into your business so that you can get to success quicker is to step away, take rest, take relaxation, because if you're always constantly in burnout, then it's not going to work. And I've seen so many amazing female entrepreneurs just crash and burn because of burnout and give up on their business quicker than they should have, right? Like quicker than they should have. Or, and then you hit a wall where all of a sudden you just completely scrap everything and you start over. So really, this needs to be a business strategy. And I cannot stress this enough, you guys. This needs to be a business strategy in your life and your business. As the CEO of your business, it has got to be the number one thing. So number 2 is get an amazing, solid morning routine. And for those of you who know me, if you're in real life, if you're in one of my masterminds, if you're one of my clients, like this, I am so freaking solid on the morning routine because that, beyond anything else, sets the tone of your day, sets you up either for success or sets you up for distraction, right? So a lot of times we have our, maybe our alarm clock is on our phone. And so you wake up, the first thing you do is you look at your phone, right? Well, that is a big no-no, right? And that is a big no-no for the purpose of, if the first thing you look at is your phone, which, you guys, in all honesty, I do look at my phone because I have my Bible app on there. So the first thing I open is my Bible app and I get into scripture. So, like if you're pulling up emails or pulling up social media, looking at your messages, looking at whatever, what you're actually doing is you're coming out of your circadian rhythm, which is your sleep patterns, right? And you're training your mind, you're training your subconscious to always be reacting. And this is when you wake up and you feel that chaos, you kind of feel that energy of like reaction, which as a CEO doesn't set you up for success. So your morning routine is so incredibly important, you guys. Your morning routine is the thing that is going to set you up for your day, that is going to signal you for success. And, don't look at your phone first thing. As a matter of fact, the first 30 minutes of your day are actually the most important parts of your day. You're either setting yourself up to be in success. So like if you quiet your mind, maybe you draw out like a to-do list. That's one of the things, like I'm such a list person. As you guys can see, like I'm such a list person. I create little check boxes of the priorities I need to do in my day. So what I usually do is I get quiet, I read scripture, I pray, I meditate. Maybe I even I read something powerful. Right now I'm reading the book, The One Thing. I don't know if you guys have ever read it, but my mom just let me borrow it and it's really good. It's amazing. So I'm reading a book and I'll usually read a couple pages out of that. Maybe I'll even journal anything that comes up for me, anything that I want to share with the world, because as a powerful CEO, I get to share the amazing things that are within my soul. I get to share that with the world. So I'll do some journaling and then I'll write my to-do list and just write out what is the number one priority that I need to do in my day, because it's kind of like this domino effect, right? Like if I can knock out the number one, the biggest thing, the heaviest thing in my morning, then it's going to like have this domino effect where it just like, you know, if you guys think about like the domino effects, like it's going to just completely knock out all these things in my day. Whereas usually if I wait until the last minute to do the most important, the top priority, I'll be thinking about that in the back of my mind all day. It'll drain my energy. It'll drain my battery. It'll be pressing on me. So I've learned how to not get in that place of avoidance, but to knock that thing out first thing in the day. So your powerful morning routine is so important. I know you guys have probably heard a lot about this. If you want to know more about my morning routine, then let me know below. I can absolutely do like a live or a training or a checklist to show you guys like what I do, and then you can try it out and incorporate what, you know, if it works for you, maybe shifting stuff from reading scripture to like prayer or meditation or, you know, whatever that is. I would love to do another live on that. So number 3 is having boundaries in your life and your business. The big B. This was a hard one for me, you guys. So growing up in a little bit of a chaotic household, you know, there was a lot of confusion going on, a lot of things. I didn't learn boundaries growing up. As a matter of fact, I don't think I even knew what a boundary was until I was about 28, 29 years old. Like, that's just my truth. You might have powerful boundaries, but, you know, the shift I want to give you guys is that having professional boundaries in your business is just as important as having boundaries in your life. This alone could be the number one thing that separates someone who has longevity in their business, who's playing the long game, who actually succeeds, who, you know, doesn't just start a business and then quit a business, start a business, have some failure and give up. You know, this can be the number one thing that will set you apart. What's up, Darlene? Hello, hello, my love. Oh my goodness, thank you for the flowers. I love you so much. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry if I'm not saying hi. Facebook is like telling me a number, but it's not actually telling me who comes on. So if you say hello like Darlene did, I can say hello too. Sending you so much love this morning. So boundaries in your business, professional boundaries are so important because this kind of sets up a framework that protects you and protects your clients, right? Like it actually is going to protect you and your clients. You're going to like keep your space. You're going to be able to do all the things. You know, there was a time in my business when I was actually taking an entire week off per month, and I was stepping away, unplugging, like no Voxer on my phone, no emails, no anything. As a matter of fact, my team was told that if I emailed them, they couldn't email me back until I was back in the office. And, you know, for me, honestly, it was refreshing. It was good, but a week off per month was a little bit much for me, so I've adjusted that. But I do have very powerful, hi Eileen, hello, hello, my love. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, you know, having professional boundaries, having times where you cut off your work, right? Like, it can be really easy if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a female at all, if you are a woman, a CEO, it can be really easy to let all of that blur together into like one big thing. But you know, the thing I like to really think about for myself and implement with my clients is like, what hat am I wearing in the moment? So I have, you know, a pretty solid morning routine, as I talked about in point number 3. And in point number 2. And then, you know, what I do is usually at the end of the day, like so around 4 o'clock, 4:30, depending upon the day, how it's set up, is I start to like get out of my role as a CEO. Like I have an office set up here in my home, which is really helpful because that helps me create professional boundaries that when I'm sitting in my office, I'm working, right? I can't let the dishes in the dishwasher or the dishes in the sink distract me, or the fact that I need to make my bed or laundry or all these things, which if you work from home, you know what I'm saying, right? Like I have to like really focus and treat it like it is a business because this is a real professional business. I have employees, I have payroll, I have income, I have clients. Like, so treat your business like a real business. And this is all about creating those professional boundaries. Whereas even at the end of the day, you know, 4:30, I start to like really wrap things up. I get my desk in order. I start to like make sure the checklist is done. All the tasks that need to be done are done. And then I start to incorporate into my role as a wife. Like my husband's coming home, I start to think about dinner, making dinner. I step out of my office and I leave my work there. Because here's the thing, the more work you do, the more work you're going to create for yourself. That's just the reality that I've learned, that, there's always going to be more work to do. And if I let myself, and I've been this person, if I let myself, I can just work and work and work and work and work and work until 2 a.m, right? And that's not healthy at all. We need to have professional boundaries with ourselves and also with our clients. Like if you get in the habit of, and I had a woman come to me, probably about a year ago. We were working together one-on-one, and I noticed this right away, that she was lacking the professional boundaries. So she had clients messaging her all hours of the day and night, all weekend, all the things. And let me tell you guys, it's not going to create success for you or your clients if you're in that type of place, because what's going to happen is you're going to bleed, and it's going to create a codependency. This might sound really strange, but honestly, it's going to create a codependency with you and your clients, because honestly, like if they're always looking to you for answers for everything, they're not going to learn how to be resourceful and how to get the right tools that they need. And when you're in that space of codependency where you're always trying to like take away someone else's experience or someone else's like ability to do for themselves, what ends up happening is you start attracting all the wrong people. And you might even end up in a space where my client did about a year ago, where she didn't even like the people she was serving. That might sound really bad, but if you've been in that place, like you get this, right? You get this where like your clients are draining your energy. And that very well could be just information to look and be like, okay, where do I need to adjust in my personal and my professional boundaries? Kayla says, oh yeah, me too. Boundaries are so hard. Yes, girl, yes. Oh my gosh. Hello, my love. Don't you love that the Patriots won yesterday? Okay, watch me digress. And point number 4, also so valuable, so important. This one thing has literally changed the entire trajectory of my business, my life, my personal skills. It has gotten me on stages. It has gotten me, to my first $11,000 month in my business, which was like 2.5 years ago. And, this one thing has shifted every single thing in my life. That is surrounding yourself with other powerful CEOs. We have got to surround ourselves with people who understand what we're going through, because let's be honest with you guys, there was a point in my business where, working from home sounds really glamorous. And I know that a lot of you guys out there are experiencing this now, whether if you're in COVID shutdown or whatever, but working from home sounds glamorous. But honestly, there was a point in my life, and if I'm not careful, I definitely get back to this place where all of a sudden I'm distracting myself and doing all of these things because I'm freaking lonely, right? Like building a business, being a powerful CEO, being a driven woman, period, is kind of a lonely spot because let's be honest, there's not a lot of people who understand our drive and why we do things, or, why we're so dedicated to a cause that maybe other people aren't passionate about. And, society as a whole, I'm going to be very general here. I'm going to be very, very general when I say this. And I'm not talking about every family, everywhere, any place, but society as a whole has taught us that, we don't do what's scary. Our subconscious minds, a lot of times, even, our reptilian brain, our reticular activating system, which is your brain that looks for certain things, is going to try and keep you safe. It's going to try and keep you safe and tell you that things are scary, that you shouldn't do it, that you're going to be rejected, you're going to be made fun of. And so surrounding myself with like-minded women who understood my drive, who understood the fact that, I could just coast and I could have a corporate job. And I had a very successful corporate job when I started my business. And so a lot of people were like, baffled. Like, why are you leaving? You have all these awards, you're the top salesperson, like you have this amazing salary, you have the fancy title, but I wanted more, right? And like, not a lot of people understand that some of us have that God-given drive. You know, for me, I call it the God-given, like my spiritual purpose. There's a purpose inside all of us that is literally like, it's like this visceral feeling, and it's like this pull, this call that when you're going to sleep at night, like it might even keep you up, right? Like I have a journal right here. I'll show you guys that I was writing in this journal. I can't believe I still keep it in my office to remind me, right? Like, I believe I just did a talk about this on Saturday, but you know, like our past and our past, our experiences, like it shapes us. It shapes us, and our future gets to define us. So like I was writing in this journal on a February morning of 2018, and I was still in my corporate job making, you know, tons of money. I was super successful at the top of my game. I had more than tripled the income that the company was making per month. And I'm talking like $600,000. Like this was a big, you know, lots of income. And I was writing in this journal one morning, feeling like, asking myself, like, why is it that, you know, I'm making all this money, I'm successful, I have the title, I have the job, I have the husband, I have, you know, all the things, but at the end of the day, like I would come home and I would cry and I wouldn't know why. I still felt empty inside. I still felt empty inside. Thank you so much, Darlene. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad this resonates with you, and feel free to share this out if you know people who need to hear this, because I always want to help, you know, as many people as I can and touch as many people. So in February of 2018, I could read you guys the passage, but it's kind of dorky, but I remember sitting there and I was in prayer and meditation and I was journaling in this journal, and all of a sudden, like I got this vision. I got this vision of standing on stage and talking to hundreds of people, and you know, like God was giving me this message, like giving me this vision, and I was like, no, not me. Not me. Nope. I don't want to stand on stage. I don't want to stand in front of people. Not me. Not going to happen. No. And, you know, this thing is though, like I felt in my heart at the end of the day, I would lay my head on my pillow and I would see this thing, like it just kept gnawing at me. So finally, like a month later, I was like, okay, I'm going to explore this. And I started to find a tribe of women. I surrounded myself with women who got it, because I couldn't find it in my local area because I wasn't looking for the right thing yet. But so I started building a tribe online. I started to like surround myself with other CEOs, other women who got my vision, who believed in me, because, you know, like my husband is an engineer and he is an amazing, supportive, my biggest fan ever. But I was afraid to tell him for like 2 or 3 months. I didn't even tell him that I wanted to start my business again and go all in. I didn't even tell him because I was afraid. And, you know, he's not an entrepreneur. He wasn't at the time anyway. And like, he didn't understand. And so like, he didn't really get it, right? So I surrounded myself with other people who understood my vision, who understood that I was playing, like, not the short vision, I was playing the long game, right? Like I was playing from like all in, like if you were playing poker, I don't play poker, but you know, if I was going all in on my vision, my purpose, my God-given dream, if I was going all in. And so I wanted to surround myself with people who were also playing that same game. So what I did is I started building a tribe around me of people who understood. I got into masterminds. I started surrounding myself with people who were like higher up than me, because, you know, I was in that safe bubble of having a corporate job, knowing who I was, what role I played. And for me, that was safe. Me going all in my dream, that was a risk. That was, very scary. It was this big, like, chance that I was taking on myself. So I needed to surround myself with other people who really got it, who understood, who were going to lift me up on the days when I wanted to give up. Because believe me, there's been days I wanted to give up. The people who would push me further. And you guys, to tell you that dream, I think it was, July or August of the same year, July or August of 2018, when I was standing on that stage in front of hundreds of people. And it occurred to me, this was it. this is that dream that was fulfilled. And you guys, like, I went on to be, on huge stages. I ended up being, an interim campus pastor. So I was standing on stage like in front of, 250 people a weekend, talking to them. I've been on stages in front of thousands of entrepreneurs. Like it blows my mind how quickly you can get to success when you surround yourself with the right people. So with that, I want to remind you guys, we do have a very, very, very limited time left to join in on the Elite Wild Mastermind. This is for that woman. This is for the woman who wants to be the CEO of her life and her business. We talk all about, treating yourself as that CEO, taking your rest, taking your relaxation, your morning routine, how to really master that in a way that works for you, how to incorporate your personal and your business boundaries. We talk all about that. We're going to have an amazing training in December that's going to help you to wrap up 2020, because let's be honest, 2020 has been a little bit of a challenge for most of us, right? Like, it's been really weird. It's been really strange. It's been like all the things, you might have your own incorporation of that, but it's been all the things. And we don't want to take the energy that we might be carrying. We want to take the lessons. We want to wrap them up beautifully in a package, and we want to move forward, taking the things that we want to take for us to thrive. We want to take all those gorgeous, beautiful moments that we are proud of in 2020. If we really look at it and we look at what we're proud of, what we can wrap up, and what we can carry into 2021. We're going to do planning for your business, because planning is success, right? And I'm going to teach you guys exactly how I plan out my year. And I do this in January. I also do it in June most years. This year I didn't, to be fully transparent. I didn't do it in June because everything kind of went chaotic for 2020. But we're going to start out 2021 as a beautiful masterpiece, as a canvas, a blank canvas where you get to draw your vision. You get to draw all the things that you truly desire, so that you can know exactly what steps to take in 2021, how to build out your business, how to be that successful, elite, wild, successful CEO in your business and your life. And don't forget, it is just a limited time that we have this available for, $97 per month. That's it. You guys, this is because we usually start out our masterminds at about $500 a month. This one is available till Friday. So it's on our what is it called? Cyber Monday. It's our Cyber Monday special in Val Nichols Coaching. You can join in the Wild Tribe. We are going to have the Elite Wild Mastermind for only $97 per month. This is getting in on a founder's price, so you'll have that price for life, regardless of how much it increases, which it will. It's going to increase after Friday. So if that feels aligned for you, if you feel like this is something you definitely want to jump into, then don't hesitate. Send me a message or put in the comments Elite Wild, and I will get you the information. We are setting it all up today. It is going to be gorgeous, beautiful, amazing. And it is for the entrepreneur who's ready to go all in, to go all in 2021 and really treat her business like a real business and say, you know what, this is the year, because maybe you had all the intention in 2020, but maybe there were certain things you started, like maybe there was a lot of things you started, but you didn't complete. Maybe there was a lot of things you said you were going to do at 2020, but now you're looking and it's almost December of 2020 and you're like, oh my gosh, I said this was the year I was just going to do those things that I should be doing. I said this was the year I was going to go all in, but here I am and I still haven't achieved all of those goals that I truly desire. So no fear, let's do it together, right? Like, I want to support you. I want to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, along with a whole tribe of women. I mean, you're going to have a whole sisterhood that is supporting you, standing with you, who get your dreams, who are going to hold you accountable, who are going to help you to finish what you complete, so that you can have the wild success that you truly desire. And so if you want in on that, just send me a message and I'll get right back to you. Or put Elite Wild in the comments. I'll get you all the gorgeous, beautiful, juicy, amazing, successful details. It's going to be amazing. It is the Elite Wild Mastermind, and we have that available for just $97 per month. until Friday. So if that sounds good for you, go all in, do the thing. It is going to be amazing. You are just going to walk out feeling so incredibly lit up. This is like nothing you've ever been a part of before. My masterminds are like incredible. Like you gain sisterhood, you gain support like you've never had before, because let's be honest, like our husbands don't always get it, right? Our husbands don't always get it. And you know, that connection, that sisterhood, that guidance, that support, all the things that you need to build out an amazing life and business. Or maybe you're at the place where you're like, I don't even know what my passions are because I've done this, but I feel like there's still more. Maybe you're at the next level in your life where you're like, okay, I've been in corporate, now I really just want to do the thing. Or maybe you're at a place of transition in your life where you're like, okay, I've been doing this and I've had this, I've closed the chapter, now what? Well, now is the time. Now is the time to go all in. I would love to just invite you in. And it's going to be so gorgeous. We're going to start out with a training here in December where we're going to wrap up all the amazing gifts and lessons and journeys that you've taken from 2020. And we're going to start out 2021 like never before. It is going to be gorgeous. I cannot wait to see you guys in there. I am so lit up and so excited for this. This is the first mastermind I've run in about a year because I was traveling all last year and I'm home now. And so it's going to be amazing. This is going to be like ongoing. It is gorgeous. I haven't started a new mastermind, I should say. I still have masterminds, but all the rest of them are super high level. So this is for the woman who's ready to go all in and play full out in 2021. I'm so excited. I love you guys so much. If you loved this video, feel free to share it. Feel free to share it with any of your girlfriends that you know need to hear it, or anyone that you would love to share it with. I love you guys so much. I'm sending you all the love. Go out there, be a masterful, elite, wild CEO of your life and your business. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.